Because the minute you decide that you're going to take a stand for Jesus Christ, that is when, man, you're going to stand out. You're going to stand out. But here's the thing. You want to stand out. Here's why. Do you remember when we were in Daniel chapter 2, and it wasn't in my notes at the time, and it was just something the Holy Spirit just had me mention really quickly. And that was this issue of character brings access. You remember that? Character brings access. Here's what was going on in Daniel chapter 2. The king couldn't find anybody to interpret his dream, calls all his magicians, all his astrologers, wants an interpretation. Nobody can give it. And so he's like, you're all dead, and he starts having them all killed. So the guy shows up at Daniel's house. He's like, sorry, bro, I got to kill you. And Daniel's like, whoa, what's going on, man? And so he tells him, hey, look, the king's freaking out. I mean, he's had this dream. It's got him all wigged out, and nobody can tell him the interpretation of the dream. And so, we're going to have to kill you, man. And so Daniel says, no, let me go talk to him. And amazingly enough, he says, okay. And Daniel gets to go right into the presence of the king, who's the most powerful man on the face of the earth. And Daniel gets to go walk right in and say, hey, listen, king, let's talk about this. Now, what gave him such access was that he was a man of character. Right? He was a man who had taken a stand for God. And in taking a stand for God, his character was shown forth to everyone. And so character brings access, and this is why it's so very important for us to stand for God. See, listen, had Daniel not stood out as a man of character, he never would have had the opportunity to be used by God, probably would have been killed along with all of the other wise men. And this prophecy would not have been fulfilled the way it was. Let me ask you a question. How's God calling you to stand? How's God calling you to take a stand for Jesus? How's God calling you to take a stand for Jesus, maybe at work, in your home? How's God calling you to take a stand for Jesus at school? How's he calling you to take a stand for Jesus in your neighborhood? How's God calling you to take a stand for Jesus here in your church? See, because we need to stand for Jesus. The world's depending on those that will take a stand for Jesus.